everyone, it's Rider here and welcome to another Week in Toys. This is probably my birthday week in toys. My birthday is on Monday, 26th of June. Today is Friday the 23rd, I think it is. Is it 23rd? Yeah, it is. And I've received a parcel from Comics and Cocktails. It's got two items in here I've bought. Both are pre-ordered at different times. I paid for one really early. So I've got a couple of items in here. Let's start off with the first one. Tangerine Jazz. I love G2. You know I love G2. And this is one of these what they're called, Toxitron lines, which is basically a colouring of a prototype figure that was never released. This Jazz has got the G2 symbol there. I have got a few versions of this roll now. I've got the Standard Studio Series 1. I've got the Prime Knockout one. I've got the the Action Master one, not Stepper. I forget his name, but there was an Action Master one as well. So this is now the fourth version of this mold I've got. He looks alright. People are moaning about his completely orange face, but his face isn't completely orange. It's like yellow and orange. So I can't understand what people are moaning about there. But yeah, it comes with an extra weapon. It comes with like his shoulder cannon, which you can't put on his shoulder for some reason. It would not surprise me if we end up with a toy deco of Jazz at some point with a part to pop that on his shoulder. But yeah, picked up him. Really cool. I didn't pick up Cloud Cover. If I see it in a shop anywhere, I probably will get it. But I didn't pick up that. I didn't pick up Toxitron either because I don't really like that mold. Don't want to pay 50 quid for it. So that's the only one of the Toxitron line I've picked up so far. I think we're getting a Sideswipe, aren't we? And we're getting a Mirage, but yeah, I've got Jazz. And here's the other thing I've picked up. Box of Corpses. Box of Death. We have Prowl and we have Ironhide here from the Studio Series 86 Bumblebee Buzzworthy line, and these are the dead fellows. The box is a bit big for the figures. I don't even see it. Well, oh, look how big this box is, but then that's like the figures cut off there. So a couple of things with Ironhide. They have given him his yellow stripe, which the original figure should have had. They have got rid of the clear plastic, which the original figure should have had, but he's also battle damaged here. So you can see here that there is damage on his chest here, and there's a 5mm port in there as well, which is pretty well disguised. The one on Prowl is a little bit more obvious, to be honest with you. But yeah, Ironhide there and Prowl. You can see Prowl has got an open mouth, so this is a brand new head sculpt. He's also got the more cartoon accurate thighs and colouring compared to the Earthrise one. It's a nice set. I mean, it's a bit morbid, and I wasn't in on it at first, but I thought, oh, why not? Like, I'm not picking up many of the bots later on in the year. There isn't much in Legacy Evolution that has really floated my boat, except for the G1 characters and maybe the Armada one. So I'll pre-order this. I think it was down for like July, August originally, and then it like shipped straight up near enough. So never mind. But a couple of early birthday presents for me. I will open these up and show you later in the video. But yeah, pretty cool little haul. Today is Thursday, the 29th of June, and my birthday's been and gone. It was on the 26th on Monday, and I picked up a few toys before my birthday. I picked up a few toys on my birthday and a few toys after it. So let's start off with the ones I picked up before my birthday. If I can remember which ones I actually picked up, I can now. I went to see Rise of the Beasts again. Originally I wanted to take it to with my son to see it for the first time, but he unfortunately was recovering from a tonsillectomy, having his tonsils out. So I went on my own because I didn't want to have any spoilers or anything like that. So I promised I'd take him, so we went again. And it was good second time around, I have to say. There were bits of second time around which I enjoyed a lot more than the first. And it's a bit of a dumb fun movie. It's not going to win the awards, but it was good. But I went into Smith's afterwards with the intention of picking up one of two figures, and I picked them both up because it was a little treat before my birthday. I picked up Rise of the Beast Scourge here. I forgot to say during the recording of that video that Shooty kindly sent me over some birthday money. Cheers, mate. And I actually put it towards this Scourge figure. Awesome toy from an awesome bloke, so cheers, mate. probably one of the figures of the year so far, in my opinion. It's got one massive QC issue with it, and that's this head just likes to come off. That design there is pretty awful, but it's the only awful thing about this figure. Well, that and the amount of clear plastic that might break over time, but it's wonderful, it's beautiful. The transformation is lovely, it's not over complexed. It's got another gun, so you swap the hand out here, like so. I can pop this in, doing the wrong way around, I think yeah. So you can have that look going on. It's not quite movie accurate. This head is not really movie accurate, the neck part of it anyway doesn't seem to be. But all in all, it's a beautiful figure, and you know what? Yes, I did pay full price for it. Yes, it was a little bit riding on the wave of the movie after just seeing it again. But you know what? It is stunning. Really, really love this figure. It might be my figure of the year yet. I mean, there's a few figures I've picked up recently that have been really, really good. But this is up there for now as one of the best figures. And you know what? It's an expensive leader, but it's a bloody good leader as well. So I'm really, really happy to have that in the collection. I also picked up at the same time, something else has just fallen off, which I'll show you in a minute. I've got a big pile of toys there. I picked up this, which is the Bumblebee from that movie. I heard this is a really good figure, and it is a really good figure. It's probably the best version of Bumblebee we've had in the studio series from the live action. Holds together really well. I don't mind the alt mode being this off-road version of him. It's not too different from the other versions we've had. It's a great little sculpt, great little figure. Yes, I did pay full price for it, but you know what? I really like it. As I said, the intention was I'd pick up either one or the other and end up going, oh, bugger it, I'll get both. It is my birthday. So yeah, really, really awesome. I picked up those, which was great. Now on to my actual birthday, and I ended up with 3 Transformers items on there, which is pretty awesome. One I got from my mum, which was this. It is a Build Your Own Bumblebee from 2013, and I think I've actually got an Optimus Prime one in the loft somewhere that I never built. And she said she found it in a charity shop or something like that. I remember it being in Wilkinson's. If you're in the UK, you'll know what Wilkinson's is. It's like I suppose a little like DIY home shop, isn't it? But they had some Transformer items one Christmas. So I thought, yeah, I'm not going to keep it, I'm going to build it. And I did. And it's huge, it's really big. It's sitting on my windowsill now. It is a bit delicate. I had to put a bit of glue inside on the one side because it kept falling apart, but it should be articulated. Unfortunately, this side isn't there. But how cool is that? It's like a little cardboard Bumblebee. I thought it was awesome. Loads of fun. It was fun half an hour putting it together. And yeah, he's just sitting on my windowsill chilling there. So there we go. So I picked up that. That was a cool little gift from my mother. So I ended up with a couple of Transformers. First one I picked up was this guy, Devcon. Of course I had to get Devcon. He is a G1 character, and the only real figures I'm interested in picking up straight away from Legacy at the moment are the G1 figures. Obviously the Studio Series 86 figures as well. Anything G1 really that I don't have in my collection. And Devcon is a character that I heard of before, but I don't even remember seeing the episode. And on my birthday, I actually watched the episode, The Gambler, I think it's called, and him and Smokescreen team up, and it's a pretty good episode, but it's random because it's all about bloody gambling and casinos and losing your money. But he's a really cool character, and this is a brilliant interpretation of him. He's pretty much spot on. The alt mode's pretty much spot on. The bot mode is spot on. Maybe the gun's slightly too big, but you know what? It's awesome. Really, really great figure. Holds together really well. And I know it's a blur mould, but I have to say this is probably the best version of it, I have to say. He's a lovely, lovely figure. Great head sculpt. I had him. He was a must for me, and I was really, really happy to have him. Another line of figures I'm definitely picking up because I really enjoyed the original toys are the Armada toys. And I also had this for my birthday. I had Legacy Armada Megatron, who is a great solid toy for the most part. These shoulders are awful. They should either lock in or you should be able to rotate, and you can't. They've got basically it's a laser prime style of movement, which is a bit disappointing. They could have made these rotate. What I will say about it is I'm a little bit disappointed. It's weird because I really like the figure. Transforms pretty much the same as the original, but you get a hell of a lot less than the original. And I know times have changed, plastic quality's changed. We don't get electronics in toys, that's fine, but you don't get any real accessories. This is a separate part, which you can for some reason flip his hand round and put it on there like that if you wanted to. I don't know if that tells us that it's going to be pre-tooled. It's going to be used again maybe into a shockwave figure potentially. But yeah, it's just not as polished as it should be. And normally with the other leaders you'll pay 55 quid or 50 odd quid for a figure, and then we're going through a stage where we would get loads of accessories like Blitzwing's hands, like Astra Train's extra trailer, all of that kind of stuff. You don't get anything with him. You don't get his minicon, which is wrong in my opinion. You should get the minicon, even if it's a static thing. You should get the minicon with Armada. It's a key part of what Armada was. Even like the fact they've done the open hand there, which is a nice homage to the knife hand that you got. Give us a knife, give us a blade, give us a Star Saber, give us something. It's a nice figure. It's a really, really nice figure. And I don't want to slate it because I actually really, really like it. But you don't get any of that accessory stuff. And to me, we should have had articulated hands. We should have, these sections here should have had covers on. These arms should have been able to rotate. If you're not giving us any of the accessories, at least make the bot perfect. And it isn't perfect. As I say, clips here or rotation or covers for the arms. So for me, it's beautiful. And I don't want to think that I'm slagging off this figure. I really, really like it. But we needed more for the price, in my opinion. I hope that they do some core class minicons. I really do, because a core class leader one to go with him would be awesome. So yeah, I picked up him for my birthday, which was pretty awesome. So then I went into the office. I'm moving jobs again, like third time in 2 years or whatever it is. But I'm moving on. And I went into the office for the last full day of work in the office. I need to go into to drop my kit off and everything like that. But I decided on the way back, I had a bit of time, so I'm going to have a quick walk around the shops. I had a look at in-game. There wasn't anything new Transformers in there, nothing really in the Entertainer. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to go into Smith's, spend a little bit of my birthday money, and I'm going to go and get Battletrap, I think. Battletrap, and I did. I went into Smith's and picked up Battletrap here. But the great thing here is that I was expected to go in there and pay that $38.99 price tag for him, which is too much for this figure. I actually checked in the morning that he was in stock there. I remember checking early in the morning and he was still full price. I couldn't find him on the shelf, so I bought up the internet to see if he was still in stock, because I had 4 early in the morning. They still had those 4, but he'd been marked down to $29.99, so you can now get him for $29.99 in Smith's. It's a much better price for him. This figure could have been one of the figures of the year in my opinion, but there's just laziness that's sunk in. These arm parts here, this kibble here is awful. Really, really awful. The fact he struggles to hold together and clip together in truck mode. The fact the truck mode has visible hands. You know what, for a game for the £40 price points, it should be perfect. But it isn't. It should have had a chain with this as well. And I know Primal comes with chains for his swords and comes with Optimus's axe. And I think people have already said that chain is compatible with this. That Primal is starting to become a bit of a weapons pack for the rest of the Studio Series figures. He's a good figure. $29.99 is about the right price, but be aware there are a few issues with him, especially in kibble and tabbing together. Now, because he was reduced, I thought, oh, well, bugger it. You know what? I'll get the only other figure I was tempted about getting. Oh dear, Barricade. Studio Series Barricade. Now, he is a chunky beast. He struggles with his articulation. There isn't much movement to him. This is the official transformation. In order to make him pose a little bit better, I found that bringing these legs down gives you that little bit more posability and having it like that, as opposed to the stock transformation like that. My biggest issue with these figures is this gimmick. I think it's a good gimmick, but the guns they're giving us are far too small. This needs to be twice, 3 times the size of this, be a big heavy weapon. Because if you think about it, this gun is transforming from this arm, and the arm's twice the size of what the gun is. I would have liked the ability to hold these guns rather than just peg them in. I know that in the game they appear out the arms, that's fine. But that is a big issue with the line overall, especially the Deluxe's Bumblebee and Barricade here. The feet. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The feet are awful. Probably the worst design feet on a Transformer in the last 10 years, I would say. Not only do we not have ankle rockers, which is a sacrilege these days, the fact that there is no heel spurs, so this guy falls over, is terrible. There should have been something here to fold these down to help balance him out at the back at least. I could live with the A stance and the lack of ankle rockers, but I can't believe that this got past the design board. There's a lot of plastic in him. He's a huge chunky figure. I mean, comparing to Devcon here, you can see the size and how much more plastic. It looks nice on the shelf. You can get him in a half decent pose if you play about with him a little bit, and he will kind of balance. But he should have been a lot better than this, and it's such a shame. And we're probably going to get this mould 17 times now in Hasbro, in different figures, different characters, because a few of the figures from that game shared the same body mould, didn't they? So yeah, we're going to end up with a few of them. I just hope that they revisit those feet, because they're a joke. They're not good at all. So I've picked up a lot of Transformers, to be honest with you, and yeah, most of them have been good, right? Most of them have been good. The other thing I wanted to quickly show you is this guy. I opened them up. I think I did a little video on it. I might have took some photos, I can't remember. But I've opened up the Death 2 pack of Ironhide and Prowl here. Wow, these figures are amazing. This is the best version of Ironhide. This pees all over the original release. It's got the right colour face for a start, the grey colour rather than the silver. It's got rid of all that stupid clear plastic. It feels sturdy, you're not scared to break it. And you know, it's not going to surprise me if they do another version of this figure in the right tune colours. Same with Prowl here. It would not surprise me if they release this again. This is painted in the right colours. It's got a nice head sculpt. Yeah, we should have had to be honest with you, what should have happened is Ironhide should have come with a different head and a changeable chest piece. And we wouldn't have had to buy 2 figures. But this, I have to say, is great. And where the first Ironhide really underwhelmed me, I don't think I even put it in my top 10 last year of 2022. This is up there again with one of I understand now why people love that Ironhide figure so much. Just I was so scared to break it with a clear plastic. This is beautiful, really, really nice, and I'm really, really happy to have it. Bring on some more Death figures. We've got to have Ratchet, aren't we? And we've got to have Brawn as well. They'll both be repainted to complete the Death quadruple. But yeah, I do believe before I put this video out, maybe there might be one more parcel on the way from my good friends at Rudy's. He's hinted that he sent me something for my birthday, but it hasn't arrived yet. So hopefully I'll show you that in a minute. So it's Sunday the 2nd of July. I didn't receive anything else from Rudy. I don't know if he's posted it or not. It's very kind of him to even think about sending me a gift, to be honest with you. But just to round off this week in toys, I want to show you something else that I opened up. This is a Tango Jazz from the, I think it's the Capsule Toxitron, that's the one, Toxitron collection. Now, I did open them up earlier on in the video, I'll show you them early on in the video, but I want to talk to you about these weapons, because me and Luffy were chatting on our group, where Dave Shotton's on there, Luffy's on there, Brad's on there, Excelli and XLR, and we were having a little bit of a chat, and I mentioned that it's odd that they've given him this weapon and there isn't anywhere to put it on his shoulder, like his shoulder cannon. And Ruffy was saying, I wonder if these were part of the original mould or whatever. And then I mentioned, yeah, it's weird it comes with Hound's gun. These are the same weapons that we're getting with that Detritus that was revealed the other week. So this gun and this rocket is what we're getting with Detritus and eventually Earthbound Hound. So that's where these have come from. So we've actually got the weapons before we've got the figure. So I thought I would just share that with you, which I thought was quite interesting that they've put new weapons on an older figure. Yeah, I can't think of any other time where we've got newer weapons for a future release on an older toy that didn't come with that toy originally, if that makes sense. But yeah, thought it was pretty awesome, cool little oddity, so there you go. And that's it for this week in toys. I hope you've enjoyed this video anyway, and until next time, I've been Zortrider and I'll catch you again really, really soon.